Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Magic Minute. My name is Kyle, and in this episode we're going to be talking about camera tricks. A lot of people would never consider a camera trick to be a magic trick. And I don't think it is, but I think it's like a magic trick in that it creates the illusion of the impossible. Camera tricks can range from easy to difficult to... How do you even do that? You'll notice that I have a green screen behind me. Now, I've never worked with a green screen before, so this should be interesting. I don't know what I'm capable of. Maybe it'll just be this green sheet behind me the whole video. Camera tricks are really fun to watch. One of my favorite magicians, his name is Zach King. You might have even heard of him, he's pretty popular. He does a lot of camera tricks. He even earned the nickname Final Cut King, because I think he uses an app called Final Cut. And he does all sorts of funny little illusions. Another one was Kevin Perry. If you've ever seen that one gif of the guy throwing the ball through the mirror and his reflection catching the ball and throwing it back, that was Kevin Perry. He used to do a lot of those videos, but now he's doing more stop motion animation, which is great. I love it. You know, in the off chance that he's watching this video, which I doubt. Now, according to Zach King, the most important thing of any camera trick is to have a story to go with it. So you can't just cover your eyes and disappear like this. So you've got to have a story. As long as there's a story and it's not just stupid, pointless magic. I've never really been great at the video edits. If you've ever seen some of my stuff on Facebook back when I was clean shaven, you might have seen some of them. I am on TikTok. We can pull up a video behind me on the green screen. My username is Kyle Magic, and I do mostly just stupid comedy sketches. I'm doing a thing that I call the 12 Days of Juggling, which is basically a countdown to Christmas. Today's day 5, I believe, and on the 12th it's going to be juggling those Christmas ornaments with Jingle Bells music playing in the background. I don't quite know it all just yet. But the reason I bring up TikTok is because there's a lot of guys on there that do all sorts of video edits. And there is one that I kind of want to try, so I'm going to go ahead and try that. But yeah, there was a guy who does those so much better on his own TikTok. I'm not going to promote him just because he doesn't know who I am, so he's not going to promote me, so don't even worry about it. But there's a lot of videos like that on TikTok, almost at YouTube. Probably YouTube too. Now I don't really do a whole lot of camera tricks anymore. I like to stick with classic card tricks or something like that. So most of this video is experimentation. I think what I'm going to start doing is filming and posting a whole bunch of camera tricks to TikTok. And you can follow me on Kyle Magic, still hasn't changed, if you want to see them the day that I post them. If not, I'll be making a compilation here on YouTube eventually, if I ever make more than 3 videos. I'm also doing that with the 12 Days of Juggling. I'm going to make a big compilation of all 12 days and post it on Christmas Day probably, or the day after, maybe. I'd like to do more of those camera tricks because they're really fun to watch, but I really suck at making them, just because I'm inexperienced. It's not because I'm terrible, it's just because I haven't practiced. Also, I need help coming up with my next old chat video, and I have 0 things. I have no clue what I'm doing. So if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. I'll sit here and wait. I don't mind. I feel like this video's gone on long enough, so I'm going to do a card trick. Most of the time when I do this trick, I would have somebody from the audience shuffle the cards. The jokers, I don't need them for this trick. Just because it's hard to trust the magician. So we're going to go ahead, I'll give the cards a shuffle, and I'll shuffle them a couple more times. I would usually have 2 people helping with this trick, one to my left and one to my right. And then I'd give them each the chance to shuffle the cards. So the right just shuffled the cards, and the left wants to do something a little more traditional. There we go, a little less show-offy. And then we'll give the cards a quick cut. And then I would look through the cards and take out 2. I know I just shuffled them, and I'm going to look through and take a couple of cards out. We'll go with a 5 and a 2. Just for fun. We'll go 2 of clubs. There we go. So we've got the 5 of spades and the 2 of clubs. And then I would turn to my right and say, person, tell me when to stop whenever. here. Excellent choice. We're going to mark that with the 2 of clubs. Cool. Don't forget that. Person to my left. Same deal. Just say stop whenever. Let's say you want to stop me right here. And I usually talk during this dealing part just so they know I'm not counting. Or mark that with the 5. Now, the 2 cards that I had picked are the black 2, will take the card above that, and the black 5. And at this point, I wouldn't be touching either of those 4 cards. Either of those 4. That's words. I would turn to the person on the right and say, my first card was the black 2. Your card, go ahead and flip that over. They would. The other black 2. My second card, the black 5. The card that you picked, person on my left. The other black 5. From a completely shuffled deck of cards. And at this point, they're both freaking out, losing their minds, like, oh my god, what just happened? That's the beautifulest thing I've ever seen in my life, take all my money. I've never actually had anyone do that to me. But if you did want to give me all your money, I would accept. Well, thank you for watching this episode of The Magic Minute. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you didn't enjoy it, please leave a like. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comments below, and I will probably forget to reply to them if you ask a question. Until next week,